What's going on, y'all? And welcome to Confidence. I hope you like that intro. And if you don't, I don't give a fuck. And the reason I don't care is because I'm on some new shit. I'm on some really fucking dope ass shit you guys don't even know about. I have chucked away all the rules that I thought I knew. You know, I always talk about good habits, healthy habits. You know, I'm always doing something, gym, eating healthy, not going outside. But here's what I realized, whenever we make rules, or at least for me, when I make rules on myself, I always tend to make myself feel like shit. And that's what I realized. The biggest problem that we have is that we just don't accept ourselves for who we are. We're fucking human. We're going to fuck up. That's the thing is when we try to do a diet or when we try to just enforce our life in a way where we're putting all of these boundaries on ourselves, all we end up doing is breaking those boundaries and then making ourselves feel like shit. And how does low self-worth and low self-confidence manifest? Through guilt and through shame. So every single time you make yourself feel like ass for, smoking when you shouldn't, eating when you shouldn't, not doing this thing when you shouldn't, all you're doing is making yourself feel worse, less accepted. And when you feel less accepted, what do? You feel like shit. You spiral even more. And then you tend to really go down to your fucking shit ass habits, right? And that's what I'm realizing about my life. I took on this celibacy thing, and honestly, I think it actually did me very well. It really did. I really stopped sexualizing things. I stopped, thirsting so hard. And I'm not as if I was already thirsty. I'm not fucking thirsty. Actually, that's kind of a lie. I'm going to be honest. No, it's not. It's not. Because I don't know what I am in comparison to other guys, but I am still a dude. There are just times where I'm having conversations with a woman and it gets spicy. Especially if you're attractive, and especially if it's in passing. And honestly, I really wonder, I never think about this, but what does everybody's phone look like? If you were to go into your phone right now, honestly, and you're single, how many people are you really having flirtatious conversations with? If we took the last 30 days of your phone and I went through your Instagram DMs and I went through your text messages and I went through your Snapchat or your fucking Facebook if you're weird, or even your TikTok maybe, I don't know. Are people really shooting shots in the TikTok DMs? Because that's foreign to me. But all I'm trying to say is this. If we look at the past 30 days and we go through those messages, how many different people have you flirted with even a little bit? I want to think about this. I'm going to look at my phone right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see, looking through my text messages, I'm just going to look at people's contact names. And I'm just going to look. And again, it doesn't need to be anything serious. I'm talking about just a little flirt, just something. My number is probably 10, 15. There's probably 10, 15 people that I've had bullshit, flirty conversation with. Now, do they mean anything? Not really, right? Who cares, right? Some of these people are fucking across the country. But you know what I'm saying? It's are all of us doing that? You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure it's everyone, right? Because the thing is, if you're single, you're dating, right? You're not committed to somebody. So you could have conversations with whoever the fuck you want. But to me, it's just here's what I guess I was trying to say. Really at its core though, I don't really have anybody that I truly am invested in. You know what I'm saying? It's all just little bullshit investments. And it doesn't really mean anything. But going back to even my conversation about the no rules thing and the celibacy thing is I feel it's minimized all those little BS flirty type conversations. I'm not really doing that as much, right? Because if I have no direction towards sex, the thing is, if I really just saw you as that, how much energy am I really putting into you? To be honest, really, it's not going to be that much. But what I was trying to say too is with the celibacy is honestly, as soon as my birthday hits, I am never going to put a rule on myself like that ever again. There's never say never. There's no celibacy. There's no drugs. There's no alcohol. There's no nothing. All I'm going to do is literally follow my intuition. If my gut says, yo, pick up those fucking crack rocks and do them, bro, you best believe I'm sparking up and I'm getting cracked out. If my mind is just like, no, or you want to fuck that girl, fucking do it. Who's stopping you? If my mind is like, I don't know, eat that fucking sandwich. You know what I'm going to do? You fucking guessed it. I'm going to eat that fucking sandwich. And I guess what I'm trying to tell you is this. I trust in my intuition and in my body and in my mind to make the right choices for me at this point, that I'm no longer trying to create these arbitrary rules for my life. I'm done doing that. I'm done saying no sex. I'm done saying no this, no that, no smoking, no doing this. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, I got to stick to this diet. No. I know I generally eat healthy. That's good. If I see something I want to eat, I'm going to fucking eat it. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm going to take care of business because I want to do it. I want to do everything because I literally want to do it. The law of least effort. What is the thing in the current moment that I want to do? Because here's what I'm realizing. There's a cost to everything in life, right? Honestly, if you want to make $1 million, what do you need to do? You need to put $1 million worth of work into yourself or into a business, right? If you want that dream beach body, what do you need to do? You need to put in the fucking work to do that. And that's what I'm trying to tell you is that at the end of the day, anything that you do in life comes with a cost and a pleasure associated to it. So it's really just a matter of all these random little choices on a day-to-day basis. There's no right way to live life. That's what I'm realizing. You could have the best body, but okay, cool. Then you're good there. All right, but does that make you ultimately happy? No, I guess not. I mean, I guess it depends on if it's you. But you understand what I'm saying? It's like, why don't I just live life choice by choice by choice, by moment by moment? And yeah, if I do that and I always do what makes me happy and I know that I'm a disciplined, smart, genuine, caring individual, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I will die a happy fucking man. And I think that's what they mean when they say balance, right? Because here's the thing. You know, there's times where I like tell myself like, oh, you got to work, you got to do all this stuff. And that's the thing is, again, I end up making myself feel like shit for doing things that I literally want to do in the moment. So I guess what I'm really trying to say is this is, as soon as the celibacy is over, your boy is a free fucking man. And that means I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. Because the other thing I'm realizing too, bro, everybody's got a perception. Everybody's got a fucking view of me. And especially just being online now too. Yo, dating is so, I'm just going to say it. Dating is pretty difficult for me. Because on one hand, I literally haven't been with anybody. You know, I've been celibate. I haven't been doing shit. But people, at least the people that I've been talking to me, are still very, very scared and nervous of proceeding with me. You know, this path that I'm on, as much as it seems like I'm getting all these girls or whatever, the fucking Rizzler, I mean, to keep it real, like, I'm really not. You know, I'm really not. Like, I have a lot of interest, like a ton of interest, but I have no like genuine, real, loving, romantic relationships. I have these relationships, again, where people are just sitting there and they're tapping their feet in the water and they're saying, ooh, this feels good. This guy's giving me a little bit of attention. Am I going to trust his ass? No. Am I going to text his ass? No. Am I going to try? No. Because he's got to try, right? Because look, if he doesn't try, that means he doesn't care. And what's so difficult about that is then I have to play the fine line of, now I'm going so hard. I mean, honestly, let's take a gander down the last situation. Let's do a little recap. So obviously I was talking to Jim Crush 2 for a second. This last week was pretty hard. I'm not going to lie to you. I was coming down off 1,000 milligrams of ecstasy. Definitely did some ketamine. Definitely did some 2CB. Your boy, let me tell you something though. I had a fantastic weekend. I really fucking did at that concert. I got closer with my football friends. Oh my God. Honestly, I just bonded with them and it was fucking amazing. So it's really difficult because that weekend brought me a lot of joy in terms of like my friendships. But that one situation with this girl and not knowing what was happening, After the come down, I'm feeling like shit. I have no serotonin in my body. It put me in this position where I was very uncertain. And I was just like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, does she care? Does she not? What's fucking happening? So I ended up actually trying to give her a call on Tuesday. She didn't answer. I was like, all right, cool. I was actually just going to be like, yo, my bad for talking about a lot of stuff on the podcast. Just I hope we could be cool past this. And she ends up calling me back. And essentially we just kind of squash it. We just were just like, she was just like, I don't know, here's my honest assessment, of what kind of happened. And I'm just going to keep it brief. She just feels like intuitively that I'm not in it to win it with her. And I also feel that same way about her in kind of a way. And I think that's where we clashed, is we never took that next step because, to be honest, like, I don't think either of us wants to give a lot when we're not getting something in return. And I think that's a very difficult place to be. It sucks. It is what it is. So at this point, I think we're just going to be, boys. That's the agreement we came to, and it is what it is. It's unfortunate. Definitely cared about that person, think she's cool. But I can't force somebody to care about me. I can't force somebody to like me. I can't force somebody to see that I do care. But you just got to keep rolling, and it is what it is. And to be honest, actually after that situation, I felt really good. I was just like, you know what? I really have been sitting here, putting some energy into this person that I don't think was willing to put that energy back into me, plain and simple. Regardless of what she said, I do believe that she was like being real and honest with me. But to be honest, I recognize that. I think that person, and I think the other message I was getting from her is she's not very secure in herself enough to understand what she wants, or to be honest, in my opinion, truly, to have the confidence to move forward with somebody like me, or to believe that somebody like me could actually give her good energy in a good relationship. And again, I understand the perception, and I understand the fear. But I want somebody that could see that, I want somebody that's confident enough in themselves and the things that they're doing to see my value. And if you fuck with me like that, you are going to ride with me. So honestly, again, tough beginning of this week, but at the end of the day, by the end of this week, I just felt like I got so much fucking clarity for myself and my own life and my direction. And this is when I came to all these realizations about the intuition and the things that I'm doing. And I'm just like, yo, I have such a fucking great future in front of me. I feel so good about my relationships. I feel so good about my boundaries. I know what I'm looking for. I know I could like give somebody a great fucking relationship. I want to be with one person. I don't need multiple at this juncture. I really need one good one. Like really, that's it. I'm not looking for much more. And at that point right now, I'm also just, again, very secure in the direction that I'm going. I know I want to make people laugh. I know, I kind of want to show more of my goofy side online. That's what we were talking about last time. And I kind of found a formula to do that and still also provide value by sharing my story and living my life. But yeah, I was sitting here today on the couch. I've actually, since that moment, I have hung out with some other people, starting to kind of get my feet wet, meet, some new characters. Definitely met this other girl that I think is pretty dope. But also, here's my other thing, and I'm realizing I'm very skeptical, and I want to be super patient with anybody that I meet, with any girl, anything. Like, I'm just at the point where I'm like, what's more important? Like, I can meet a girl and she's pretty cool, but if she's not everything, if it's not the full package, what I'm realizing is I could waste a lot of time with that person. And I understand that what I need to do right now is really hone in on myself, really hone in on the things that I really want and love. Now, here's the thing. This is the point where I was telling myself, though, there are no rules, right? This is where a lot of us might sit here and say to ourselves, oh, well, I can't I can't be in a relationship. Excuse. Oh, I need to do work full time. I need to be super independent. I need to blank, blank, blank. I can't be in a relationship. I'm too busy. Not fucking true. Here's my thing. I know I'm capable of giving somebody that security. I also know that I'm capable of working my ass off. And here's the thing. If I really care about you, again, trust my intuition. If I like somebody enough, I'm going to create the time. If I like somebody enough, I'm going to tell you how I feel. If I like somebody enough, I'm going to go for it because we got one life. What do we mean? Oh, what do I need to make more money for what? To live in a bigger house? For what? I already have 4 bedrooms. What more do I need, to be honest, to keep it real? Like, I have food consistently. Yeah, my fucking fashion sense sucks dick. I probably need to get some new clothes. I'm working on that. These are actually $120 pair of shorts, and you would never think so. It looks like about $20. But that's my problem, is I keep buying stuff fashion-wise. It gets to my house, and I'm like, wow, Chris, this is ugly. I'm like, yo, this is not like a good-looking item. Someone's got to help me out with that. So, let's fucking side note that. But do you get what I'm saying about life, where I'm like, dog, throw out the rule book. Like, there's no such thing as no smoking. There's no such thing as no drugs. Although I will say this, after this last weekend and experiencing that once again, the fucking 4 or 5 day anti-Molly depression, like, I just understand the consequences of my choices. And I think that's where I'm getting to in my life, where I understand, okay, if I go out and I fucking do that, bro, my next 3-4 days after that are going to suck. I'm not going to be able to be productive. So now I have a choice, right? Again, trust my intuition. If I feel like doing it, do it. If I don't feel like do it, don't do it. It's the same thing with sex. It's the same thing with dating. If I think you're cute and I think you're dope, I'll take the time. As soon as I feel like you're not it, I'm dipping. And that's how I'm just going to live my life. Why do we put all those parameters on ourselves? I feel like way more free. I feel so much happier. I feel so much more at peace. Like, yes, do I have all the things that I want? Not really. I have a mission statement upstairs, and I read it every day, actually, before I start my day. And I think I have an affirmation in there, and it's like, I will meet the right person. I will meet the right girl. I will meet the right person that when she looks at me, she loves me and adores me just as much as I do her. And I know she's going to be smart as hell. She's going to be hot as hell. She's just going to be passionate and fucking dope. And that's the thing, is I don't have to worry because I know it's coming. There's nothing I have to do. And here's the thing. I have met people in my life that I have thought that highly of. If I tell you I like you, or if I fuck with you, like, I'm being straight up. I'm being real. So that's the thing, is if somebody else can't see that, so be it. Either you can't see that about yourself, or maybe you don't see that in me. And whatever that answer is, doesn't really matter. Because that's the thing, is you need to be secure enough. And that's where I'm getting to in my life right now. I am secure enough in who I am that, honestly, okay, if I face rejection, at least I tried doing the thing that I wanted to do, right? At least I took a chance for love. At least I took the fucking risk. Yeah, I fucking like you. What's good? You in or you out? I don't got time to waste. I know who the fuck I am. So if you're not about it, yeah, is it going to be painful for me? I'm not a fucking robot. No, I'm going to fucking be hurt. I'm going to be sad for a day or two. That shit's going to hurt. It's going to eat at me. It's going to make my self-worth go down for a little bit. But I know the techniques on how to get my shit back up. I understand, okay, I'm going to go through some pain for a day or two, but it's better than sitting there and being with somebody that doesn't fucking care. Most of the time, people are denying the givers. Because that's the thing. I was talking to one of my coaches about this too. It's like, we get so upset at people when we give them so much, when we give them our love, when we give them our time, we sacrifice ourselves for them, we do so many things, and then we get confused as to why they don't really love us, right? But who are the people that you actually date? Think about the people, take a second. Think about all the people that you actually give a chance to or give time to. A lot of the times, and it's because everybody's mostly emotionally unavailable, most of the time, we do not give our time to the people that are giving us good energy. We are not giving our time to the people that are showing up real for us, that are showing up genuine for us. And that's a massive lesson I needed to learn. And honestly, this situation with this person kind of reinforced that in me. It was like, whoa, Why am I spending time with somebody that's not genuinely in love with me? Why am I spending time with somebody that doesn't genuinely care about my well-being? And it made me realize, I was like, yo, really the only connections in your life that really matter are the people that are reliable, are your genuine connections, are your secure connections, are the people that hit you up when you don't ask them and they say, how are you doing? How are you been? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? How's your life? Are you feeling okay? They give a shit about your mental health. They give a shit about your energy. They want you to win. And we neglect those people so much, I feel like, because we take them for granted. And honestly, to keep it real, I had a actually very big situation and realization as well. So here's the thing, and this is me just being honest. Between the ages of like 25 to about, I want to say 29, I was definitely very avoidant. I was very egotistical. And I see it a lot, in the world today. Because, I used to be that. When I help people through situations where they're dealing with an avoidant person or emotionally unavailable person, bro, the reason I feel like I understand it so well is because I was that person. And I'll give you an example. There's my friend Nick, and fuck, I hate to name drop, but fuck it, he doesn't care. So my friend Nick is an old friend that I had from college, right? He's somebody that I kind of met after school, but the thing is, between me and Nick held it down for me, bro. Like, homie would always invite me out to parties. Homie was always inviting me out with his friends, always getting me to do stuff, was being social, was always there for me kind of just as like a homie all the time. And it was definitely one of those friendships though, where he was definitely hitting me up all the time where I really wouldn't reach out to him. And this is honest. And it would be one of those things where, I was going through my phase where I was growing on TikTok. I had a little bit of this ego, like, I just got to work. It's all about Chris. I can't really worry about relationships right now. Relationships don't matter, right? I need to make it to the top. And the only way to make it to the top is by, working every day and not giving a shit about people. And I kind of had that mentality, right? And here's the thing, homie hit me one day, and here's feedback, and I'm not joking. This is what he said to me point blank. And this was about, let's see the date. This is back in 2022. So, or maybe like about a year and a half, 2 years ago. And he hits me with this message, man. He said, you surround yourself with friendships that are based off time, clout, or lust. At what point do you want to build a friendship that is truly 50-50? I know your old friends, man. I've talked to them and I know they feel the same way. At the end of the day, you're an amazing human and you've achieved so much, but I just want you to know that you are losing a wholesome quality for your closest friends that loved you for, or loved for you. I don't know. There was a spelling error. Sorry. I hope you understand I love you a lot, and it's coming to a point where I don't feel like you really care to nurture our friendship anymore. And you want to know what my feedback to that was? Hearing that, I got defensive. I was like, you don't really know me like that. Everybody thinks they know me because of social media, but they don't really actually know me. And, I appreciate your perspective. I was just like, I talk about experiences. It is what it is. I'm just being authentic. And one of the sentences I said was, trust me, for every one person that hates me, there is one that loves me. And really long story short of that conversation is I'm not a terrible person, right? I'm not. And I'm not a non-genuine person. I really do love people a lot. And I really like to think of myself as very kind. But I think what really happens in life sometimes for a lot of people that are definitely doing well, or people that are really self-focused, like, I have been over the last 5 years, sometimes you really do get swept up in the bullshit. Really. To be honest, I was just on this warpath, and you really don't care about people. And you realize, and here's the thing that you need to realize too. If someone doesn't appreciate your genuine effort and they're not reciprocating, now here's the thing. Can somebody just not generally fuck with you? Yeah, that's fine, right? It is what it is. But more than likely, if that person is surrounding themselves, again, and me, I was doing it with connections based on vanity, connections based on how they looked. I was going out to Scottsdale a lot, right? I was hanging out with my club friends. And to be honest, I was hanging out with a bunch of people that, no offense, yeah, they might be cool, but would they give a fuck if I died? Would they give a fuck if I was in the hospital? Who would be there when the ambulance would be called and I'd be sent to the hospital? Would it be any of those kids or the people you fucking hang out with at the club, or that you party with, or that you're just around because, again, they are cool? And that's the thing, is you get so caught up in the game. You get so caught up in trying to be cool, trying to be hot, trying to make money, and you neglect the people. And for me specifically, I neglected the people that cared about me the most, my closest friends. Because I just felt like, oh, well, they're old. You know what I mean? Old news. You know, I can hang out with some new people. Like, they always got my back. You take it for granted. And I wasn't hitting him up. I wasn't being like, yo, bro, Nick, how's your day? It was always him hitting me up. Yo, how you feeling? So this week, I actually had a very uncomfortable conversation with him. I called him up. I was like, called him. He's like, hello? I was like, yo, man, I just want to be honest with you. Like, I'm really sorry. You know, I couldn't hear that feedback at the time. I couldn't understand what you were trying to tell me, you know, and I didn't notice it. And I'm really sorry about that, because I now realize, and I look back and I now understand. Again, all of those lustful, bullshit, vain connections don't mean a damn thing, especially the people that don't really love you. You know, at some point in your life, you're going to be successful. At some point in your life, you are going to have all the things that you thought you wanted. But what's really going to matter most? The people that fucking care about you. The people that genuinely give a shit that you are alive and your well-being and actually caring, again, about everything about you. Genuinely. You know, I had to make that realization the hard way. You know, I had to surround myself with people that didn't fucking matter. And I realized how empty it was, you know? I don't mind my solitude. I don't mind being alone. And I do trust myself and I do love myself. I will say that. But at the end of the day, I'm recognizing that being alone doesn't feel good. No one wants to be alone. No matter how independent that you say that you are, you don't want to be alone. You don't. Who are you lying to? Every single person that says that they're independent, and trust me, I'm guilty of this, you're a fucking liar. Because here's the thing, there's no such thing on this planet as independent. There's not. Yes, you could be self-sufficient. But at some point or another, you're going to want connection. We all do. We crave it. And whether it's a fucking friend or a romantic connection or family, we need somebody. We need people. You do. And that's what I'm realizing is we have a choice. You either continue to try to spend your time on and try to hang out with connections that don't really give a fuck about you because they aren't giving you the time of day. Because that's what we do, right? We try to go after, that's what I'm saying. I am caring about the opinion of some girl that is showing me that she doesn't genuinely give a fuck about me. Why am I doing that? Why am I not pouring my energy into the people that are genuinely asking me how I feel and care about me? And that's what I'm saying is I realize this. Like, you do got to hit your friends up. Yeah, you do actually. Yeah, it is your responsibility to ask them how they're feeling. Yeah, it is your responsibility to keep up with those people that want to keep up with you. Now, you don't have to do everyone. You're not going to have a massive circle. I don't need 50 friends. But if I could have a circle of family, my brother, my mom, my dad, fucking my close friends, you know, and then a really great romantic partner that is secure and reliable, I can't think of a better life. I couldn't. So that was the thing, you know, and some feedback he even gave me on the phone, Nick. He was like, yo, you know, it's not even that you wouldn't hang out. It was just like when you were hanging out, you weren't even present. You were on your phone. You're worried about work. You're worried about everything else besides being in the moment right then and there. And I haven't even seen you for months. And I was like, damn, you know, that shit cuts. You know, that shit fucking hurts, dog. To know I treated you like that. But I now recognize, or I think I was how would you say it? I was reminded from this situation with dealing with somebody that I don't know genuinely, truly cared about me. I realized how pointless it is chasing those people. It If somebody's telling you they're emotionally unavailable, if somebody's telling you that they're a bitch or they're distant or they don't know how to treat people right, bro, leave them right then and there. Don't proceed. Because what we do is we get that feeling in our body. We're like, convince them that you're lovable. You are lovable. And that's what we do, right? That's the anxious attachment, is we want everybody to love us. So what do? We only chase the partners that are showing us no love. And we want to prove them wrong. We want to change their mind. It feels like a challenge. And somebody that is secure and healthy, that's the thing, is it's not going to feel super easy. That's the thing, is the connections that are supposed to be in your life, there still needs to be an element of boundaries. I'm not saying to only spend time with the people that are up your ass. I'm saying to spend time with the people that are secure in themselves. They love themselves. They're not overbearing. They're not just pushing all of their emotions and anxieties on you, and they actually just care about you and they have boundaries with the relationship. That's what we're saying. Find those people in life. People that genuinely care, but also genuinely care about themselves and are self-assured and are self-confident. Because if you surround yourself with that, that is what you are going to become too. And that's one thing I want to say too. Just really quickly before I end. I think I had somebody tell me that it's really hard when you really like somebody and they can't seem to see it. But that's just the reality of being a good person and being genuine and being honest. There's going to be times where being honest means looking like an asshole. Sometimes being honest means that you are not going to be perceived in the best light. Sometimes being honest means that it's not going to be popular and people aren't really going to respect you for it. But genuinely, if you know deep down that you are doing the right thing and you're doing what is right by you, follow your heart. The fuck am I talking about right now? The fuck am I talking about right now? Oh, maybe it's because I haven't busted that nut. That's what I think is happening. But this is just me. Free bird. Actually, I don't want to say this. My problem is like, I don't want to like talk about my current dating situations anymore. Like until I know what's going on, because I'm realizing that my toxic trait is that I come on my fucking podcast and I fucking trauma dump on here. And then all the things, like all the people that are in my life that are relevant to me in a romantic sense, they listen to the podcast and I get absolutely fucked. You know what I mean? I can't do that anymore. So I'm just going to present myself. I'm only going to talk about myself and fuck these hoes. But here's the thing. I'm tired of these motherfuckers having a bullshit ass perception of me. This shit is pissing me off. But honestly, I don't give a fuck anymore. You don't have the capacity to fuck with Chris Nappy, bitch. For real. You don't got the confidence. You don't got the balls to fuck with me, dog. Because the real ones that genuinely understand me and genuinely love me, they know that I'm not the guy on the fucking screen. I'm the guy offline. I'm the guy that would help them in an emergency. I'm the 911 of your life. Anywho, peace and love and blessings. Let's thank the Lord. Does anybody know a prayer? Do we know a prayer? Our Father, our Daddy, who art in Scottsdale, hallowed be our name, right? Well, I don't even know what that line is. Hallowed be our name. No, that's not it. Hallowed be our name. You guys know the fucking Our Father. I'm going to look it up. What the fuck is hallowed be thy name? What is hallowed? I'm going to look that up. Hold on. Hallowed means made holy. Oh, fuck it. Let's make holy be the name. Thy kingdom come, and it's going to be come with a C-U-M. Thy will be done. Oh, so he finished. I guess God finished. On earth, he finished on earth. Oh, as it is in heaven. I don't understand what this guy's saying. Did he say this? Was it God? Or do you think a guy made that prayer up? Or do you think God made it up? I met a girl that was really into Jesus this week. And I was thinking to myself, so I told her that I believe in God because, here's the thing, a girl's not going to give you any play if, she believes in God and then you don't. It's just like, so you got to say like, yeah, like I believe something. I pulled something out of my ass. She's like, oh, so do you believe in God? I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, God. All the time. Fucking cowabunga. What do you mean? God, everything. Fucking what would Jesus do, bro? What do you mean? Yeah, down for that. 100% down for your cooch. Oh, the only problem with the Christian girls is, that's a long nut to crack. You know what I mean? It's not even worth it. It really is not even worth it. If you're just trying to fucking get a nut from a Christian girl, dude, good luck. You know what I mean? You're going to have to fucking go the whole 9 yards. You might have to go to church a bunch. You might have to fucking hang out with her for 3 months. I don't know if it's worth it, bro. And honestly, you know how they say there are Jesus freaks, and Jesus freaks are not just about Jesus. It's about the bedroom. And I will say this. I feel like church girls are dirty. They know it too. Because again, it's the rules thing we're going back to, which is when you have rules, when you break them, it feels good. And then you go overboard. So some of those Jesus girls be doing stuff that I don't think Jesus would want to see. All right. Well, that's my fucking podcast. New rules, right? Trust your intuition. Do the things that make you happy and stop worrying so much and accept yourself and fucking relax Enjoy life. And if somebody tells you that they don't love you, or if somebody tells you that they're emotionally unavailable, guess what? They're going to realize that you were the best part of their life once you put your boundaries up. So put your boundaries up, let them go. Let them go find that vain love that they really want so fucking bad. And trust me, I know firsthand, right? I just told you the story. And let them go figure it out for themselves. They're on their journey where they need to go find the right people to go fuck them up so that they can start to appreciate genuine love in the end. Hopefully that all makes sense to you. I love you. And I don't know, give me a kiss. Bye. That was obnoxious.